I am having one of those really cozy days, and I thought, what a perfect time to sit down and have a chat with you guys. I stole in George's jumper. Thank you, George, if you're watching this. You guys don't care. Let's get to the good stuff. Hi, Magali here and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be sharing my second trimester journey and experience. Thank you so much for all of the lovely messages that you all sent me about my first trimester video. That really was an emotional roller coaster, but I enjoyed sharing it with you guys so much. The good thing is, second trimester, for me, it really was a much more balanced and enjoyable time. I've jinxed it now, haven't I? I'm really sorry if I've jinxed it. First trimester was just such an emotional roller coaster. Not that second trimester doesn't come with its ups and downs, but nausea subsided, hormones balanced out, and I really felt like I started to feel like me again. Technically, first trimester ends at 12-13 weeks. For me, where I really felt that sort of shift in energy and motivation and morale mainly was towards the 16 to 17 week mark. So quite into second trimester, but nonetheless I was so grateful to be feeling better. And actually one of the main things was it just felt good to feel good. I know that that sounds really strange, but I think sometimes we take for granted that a good day is a freaking good day, and I hadn't had one in so long that honestly it was like I was high as a kite every single day. It just felt so good to feel good. And for me overall it's been a really eye-opening journey, not just personally but actually professionally as well. Personally, I have just been in absolute awe of the female body, and although that connects to my work, which I'll speak about in a minute, I have never felt so proud of myself. I have never felt so proud to be a woman. I've never felt so empowered to be in my body and to be going through this experience, be going through pregnancy, and to have the opportunity to experience birth, which I'm sure will come with its doubts and worries and concerns, but we'll get to that when it comes, right? So yeah, at about 16 to 17 weeks, I slowly started to regain my energy. I found that my morale improved and I woke up with a bit more vitality and motivation to do things. I started to get myself into a really good routine, and I think that that is key. We know that already, that a good routine structure really helps us with our days, and I'd completely let that go in first trimester, which is okay, it's what I needed to do, but getting back into it has made a world of difference for me, and I've kept that going throughout. I wake up, I meditate, make sure that I exercise most days, I have a good amazing coffee in the morning. It is absolutely my favorite thing to come down and have my first cup of coffee. It's decaf, but I don't even care. I just love it so much. I've gone back to fully eating properly, and by that I mean, you know, in first trimester there was so much nausea, I was just eating whatever I could, and sometimes it wasn't, you know, wholesome food, but actually now eating proper soul nourishing food, and in turn it makes your body feel good, so your body feels good, your mind feels good. I've gone back to moving my body so much, and mind and body work together, as we know, so it's been really good getting into this positive cycle of positive energy and just enjoying the day-to-day, enjoying being in this new body and enjoying being in this journey actually for the first time, because at the beginning not so much enjoyment. Oh, and I bathed so much, and I don't bathe as much now. The reason I said I don't bathe as much now is actually to set the scene. I'm in third trimester. I'm filming this a little bit behind, but yes, second trimester. So much time in the tub, and it started because I was experiencing some growing pains and my body needed to relax, and so yeah, a bath really helped me do that. I would spend a lot of time in the bath reading a book, just relaxing, and I know that I'm in such a privileged situation where I am able, and I have been able, to take the time off and focus on myself, what I need. So yeah, routine. My morning routine, I would say, is the first thing that really made a difference to me when I got the energy to be able to give myself a little bit of structure and a little bit of a oomph. Morning meditation has brought me so much, not just for myself, but actually it's enabled me to connect with my little one inside. And even when I'm sometimes feeling a little bit worried or scared or stressed, rest. It's not only helped bring me down mentally, you know, helped calm me, it's giving me the space and the permission to communicate with her little one. Mama gets stressed sometimes, and that's okay. I've also gone back to journaling. I used to journal so much, and in first trimester I just was not in the space to be able to get in touch with my feelings. I did not want to listen to them, I didn't want to hear them, I didn't want to even think about them, and it's a shame. It's quite sad actually to think that you don't even want to listen to your own feelings because you can't cope, you don't have the capacity to take them on at the moment. And it's been a real joy and process to feel like, you know what, I've got this. I've actually got this. I feel good, I feel empowered, I feel strong. Bring it on. Fucking bring it on, because yes, I can do this. Gosh, second trimester has just been an eye-opener. Without wanting to sound too cringy or corny, it's been an eye-opener in terms of appreciating the small things. And I'm gonna come on to balancing work and appreciating the small things, because that's been a big challenge for me as well when I went back to work. But for now, just spending this time really enjoying the process, because time goes so quickly. And I found that second trimester, oh my gosh, time's flown by. Time is flying by. I can't believe it. I think one of the biggest game changers, I have been focusing a lot on strength training, not for any particular reason, honestly, because it's just felt amazing in my body. Strength training has just made me feel, oh, strong, empowered. And when my body feels strong and empowered, my mind feels strong and empowered. I feel like I'm finding myself again. I feel like I'm just finding me. I'm doing the things that I love that I had completely lost. And I don't want to get emotional, but it feels so good. It feels so good. Dare I say, I don't actually think I've ever felt this good in my body. Genuinely. I've not always had a really good relationship with food and exercise, and I'm not sure if it's because now I'm not just eating and moving for me. I'm doing it for the wellness of my body and, you know, baby inside. But I eat because it nourishes me. I move because it feeds my soul, because it feels amazing, not because, you know, I want to gain muscle, lose weight, tone my belly. I can't tone my belly. Do you know what I mean? It's just, to let go of that pressure is really empowering. Dancing has just been so good in terms of listening to music, making her listen to music so that she can hear the vibrations, the frequency, the sounds. Sometimes I genuinely get really quite emotional. I have a couple of songs that just hit me in the feels, and it feels like our songs, our time, our music, our just these moments that we share together, and it's so precious. Honestly, I completely understand now that I'm past it myself how people forget about the horrors of first trimester and go through pregnancy, you know, again and again and again, because at the time in first trimester I was like, how do people have more than one child? But the rest can be magical. I hope that it is magical. It has been for me. Don't worry, I'll get into the ups and downs, because that's the real juice, right? That's what you want to hear about, the struggles now. I know it's not what you want to hear about, but I understand sometimes people talk about how good things are and you're like, shut up. It's not always as relatable, but I promise there's some juicy stuff that I will be sharing. Once I felt like I was in a good place mentally, I went back to work, and that's been really good. But that's also where it's brought about its own set of challenges. So in case you don't know, I am a yoga instructor. I teach with a studio part-time, and then I work for myself full-time. I'm also an absolute anatomy geek. The body just completely fascinates me, and actually pregnancy has opened my eyes to just how amazing the female body is, and it's really made me want to support women through their pregnancy and postpartum journeys even more. Obviously the body is just changing astronomically during pregnancy, so there's bound to be aches and pains, and that's okay. But I think sometimes we're conditioned to think that pregnancy, there's a lot of pain. And no, pain may be common, but it's not necessarily normal. And my new mission in life is basically that, just to help support women throughout their pregnancy journey from a yoga and anatomical point of view, to really help them live optimally in their pregnant bodies, because it's such a magical time. Why would you want to live with pain if you don't have to? Anyway, enough about that. I just teach people about the body, about the mind, about the connection of the mind and body, the breath, and how we can just live in our bodies in the best way possible. It's work that absolutely fascinates me. And okay, now that we're on this topic, let's get on to the juicy stuff. So balancing my work and home stuff and general life daily tasks has been a bit of a challenge for me, and if I'm honest, for my relationship with George, it's where we've clashed a little bit, and I feel a little shame and embarrassment admitting that, and I don't know why, but I'm saying it anyway because I know that I can't be the only one where we have had to adjust to the new dynamic of work-life pregnancy balance, is where I am sometimes feeling a little bit of resentment because George goes to work and that's fine, his work hasn't changed, but mine has. Mine has had to take a hit, mine has had to take a back seat, and even if I was in a physical state and mental state to be working full-time, financially it's not quite as feasible because he makes more money, quite frankly, than I do, and I wouldn't be able to support us, whereas he's in a place where he can fully provide, and it's amazing and I'm grateful. But my sense of purpose and my ego, if I'm completely honest, has struggled a little bit. It's been difficult for me to sort of accept that I'm taking a back seat, that my ambitions and my drive and my dreams need to just not pause, take their time. I'm not always a very patient person, and especially when I have found myself with all of this motivation and energy and just burst of, you know, vitality where I've wanted to put all of this effort and energy into my work, I haven't always been able to because there's so much other stuff that needs to be taken care of at home, which is okay, but it's not where I want to be. I have ambitions, dreams, goals, and I want to achieve them, and I've struggled putting them aside for a moment and realizing that actually they will need to pause, and George's won't need to pause. But I'm sure there's things that, you know, he wishes he could be doing as well and that he can't, and that's okay. But that balance that's had to be found has been challenging sometimes. And also I think because I know that I'm gonna have to take more time off when I have the baby, you know, maternity leave, I have been trying to implement the strong foundation for my business because it's quite a new business. And so I've been trying to make sure that everything, the foundation is laid out so that when I come back after maternity leave, I don't have to worry about the little nitty gritty things. It's there and I can just go back to work and it's okay. And in turn that's caused me a little bit of stress because I've struggled to internally find a balance. How much energy do I dedicate to my work right now? Is it a bit too much? Should I be focusing on the baby, on the pregnancy? But I want to do this is for the future, and that is just, that's played on my mind, that plays on my mind still, and I get frustrated because that doesn't have to play on George's mind, you know. And I spoke about resentment in my first trimester video as well, just the realization that it is the woman, it's the female, it's the one carrying the baby that does have to sacrifice more and compromise probably a little bit more, and sometimes that's difficult to handle and it's difficult to accept. And I think, ladies, I think you'll agree with me that men, in terms of housework, they don't always take the initiative, and I don't know why it's sort of become even more prevalent at the moment whilst I'm pregnant. I think it's because I am spending more time at home, and so I see all of the things that need doing, and I try really hard to surrender control and not do them all the time, but that's really, really difficult. I don't know about you, but when something needs cleaning or tidying or putting away, I just do it there and then. I hate it sitting there, especially I work from home, and clear space, clear mind, and I can just focus, you know, on my work. But yes, surrendering control is something else that I'm learning at the moment. I am a big fan of lists, and I have literally been making lists for everything, and then sometimes it's felt quite overwhelming, and I have had to learn to surrender. If something is messy, it can wait. Right? It can wait. Tell me it can wait. The main feeling I am taking away, well, I feel like there's a couple main feelings. Pride is one of them. Absolute awe of the female body is another. But The real big one is empowerment, and knowing that I may be pregnant and I may be about to enter motherhood and it probably is going to be chaos, but I can be a mom and I can have a career and own my own business. It doesn't have to be one or the other, and I think I have felt like it does have to be one or the other, but where I am self-employed, I do have the luxury of having a bit more flexibility, and hopefully that will work in my favor. But yeah, second trimester for me has been a lot about working on that balance, on trying to put good energy into my work, but also good energy into myself, into bump, into my pregnancy, into this journey, and seeing how they can work together, where they can meet in the middle, because I'm not willing to give anything up, and I don't feel like I should have to. I'd like to put it out there, and neither should you, by the way. If you have dreams and ambitions and you're pregnant, that's okay. I think for a little bit of time I felt like I was gonna have to completely let them go, but no, I'm going to do it. I saw this meme on Instagram and it pissed me off, if I'm honest, because it read, you don't have to be a super mum, ask for help. And although I understand where it's coming from, it's, you know, saying, oh yeah, ask for help, you know, you don't have to do everything by yourself. At the same time, I thought, I want to be a super mum. And I don't know if I'm being naive or stupid. I don't know what, but don't tell me that I can't be a super mum. I will be a super mum, you know? I will take care of my children and I will have a career, a successful career. Whilst we're here, should we just take a minute to manifest that for a second? If you're a woman and pregnant, or a woman with children, a mother, and you're battling kids and career, well done you. It doesn't have to be one or the other. Oh yes, thank you, second trimester motivation and energy. Whilst I have you here with me, let me tell you now, you are the first to hear it. I have a website, magaliswift.com. I'm currently working on a program. It's going to be out in a month. It's my first program. I feel really nervous about it, but let me tell you now, magaliswift.com is going to be a platform full of resources for pregnancy and postpartum women to go to help support their journey physically, mentally, and emotionally through yoga, strength work. At the moment, I'm on a PCES training to become a pregnancy and postpartum corrective exercise specialist. It's basically bridging the gap in between personal training and physiotherapy, so rehabilitation of the body. And I'm so excited. I'm so passionate. I love this stuff so much. Anyway, I just want to help, you know, women live their fucking best lives, pregnant, postpartum, 10 years postpartum as a mother, because I think there is so much pressure sometimes, and we take on a lot. We do take on a lot. I'm sorry, women are fucking phenomenal. They carry the world on their shoulders and they don't complain half as much as I think they should complain. So yes, anyway, I'm also building my YouTube channel. Maybe one day it'll give me a little bit of income, and I'm building my social media where I post little tips and hacks and things like that for pregnancy, and I will be doing it for postpartum. Anyway, if you're interested in those, feel free to follow me on Instagram. That wasn't meant to be a plug, but whilst I'm here, a little shameless plug for myself. The big one is the website. I'm saying it again so you can be witness to this. I 100% believe in manifestations. We need to ask the universe for what we want. I want my business to be successful. I want to be making minimum £50,000 in the next 2 years. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I've just said that out loud. That feels like a huge number. It may not feel like a huge number to you. I don't know what you make, but yes. £50,000, and I'm gonna have a baby in between then. We'll make it work. We'll make it work. We are going to make it work. No fear. A little bit of fear. That is my goal at the moment. And my YouTube channel, oh, just you wait guys. I'm going to be a YouTube sensation. You watch this space. Watch this space. We are going to change the world. We are going to spread the word about anatomy, yoga, and well-being, and the importance of these things in pregnancy and postpartum. Not just in pregnancy and postpartum, but that's where we're focusing our energy on at the moment. It is going to be, it's going to be huge. It's gonna be huge. Can you feel it? It's gonna be huge. Oh, one more thing. bundles. Did I mention bundles? I don't think I did mention bundles. My website is going to have on-demand content for people, women, to purchase to help support their pregnancy and postpartum journeys. And oh, I can't wait. I actually have my first one, oh my gosh, coming out in August. Super soon, super soon. We are August. Well, we will be August when this video comes out. End of August. If you're interested, hit me up. I've refound my passion again. I've refound my passion. Not just have I refound my passion, but I feel like pregnancy has brought me my passion. It's merged my personal, my life, what I'm physically going through with my work as a yoga teacher. Now I'm able to do both together and share my journey whilst being in my work, and it's magical. I feel like I'm doing what I was meant to be doing, what I was always meant to be doing, you know, and I hadn't quite got there yet, but I'm here, and it feels really good. Sometimes I feel a lot of guilt about focusing so much energy and time into my work, but I want to be someone my daughter's proud of, you know? I don't want to just sit back and she asked me, oh mummy, what were your dreams and stuff? What did you want to do when you grew up? And I've not done it, and I'm doing it. I am doing it for you, little one, and for me, because I fucking deserve it too, you know? And oh, I'm getting emotional. And because why wouldn't I? Just because I'm pregnant, I don't deserve to do things for me, to feel fulfilled, to find my sense of purpose. I've struggled with a sense of purpose for my whole life, I think, and to feel like pregnancy has almost brought me here is just a bit of a nice full circle shape thing. I'm grateful, and it's overwhelming, and there's so much, and sometimes I'm so stressed I can't even tell you, and I blame George when I'm stressed because I'm pregnant, so I get to blame him for everything, and sometimes that creates a clash, but it's all going to come together. It is all going to come together. Okay, enough about work. That was a big long jumble of things. What else did I want to mention? Oh yes, so a couple of physiological things that have been happening. One, kicking. So much kicking. And at first, I wasn't quite sure what it was. I was like, is it kicking? People were like, you'll know. I didn't know. When I realized that that's what she was doing, it took me a little bit of time to get used to it, if I'm completely honest. Sometimes I feel embarrassed to admit this. I don't much like it. It's just strange. I'm just pottering about, minding my own business, and my insides are moving. And it's like, why are my insides moving? And sometimes it can be a little bit painful, actually. And don't get me wrong, it's great. She's living her best life, dancing around in there, and I'm all for the dancing. But yeah, sometimes I just kept hearing, oh my gosh, kicking is so magical. When you tell people, they're so excited for you, oh my gosh, she's kicking, do you love it, do you love it? And I feel bad to say no. I don't love it. I really do not love it. I don't hate it, but I don't love it. Let me tell you something else I don't love. I'm sorry if this is too much information, but I don't love discharge. I really don't love discharge, and the amount of discharge that my body is producing at the moment is unbelievable. I don't even know what to say about it. I know that it's good in terms of my body's obviously doing its thing. It's cleaning itself, because that's what discharge is, the vagina just getting rid of bacteria, but it's annoying. I'm having to change my knickers quite frequently, and it's like the body knows. Sometimes I go to the toilet for a wee and obviously wipe, and then I come downstairs, and as soon as I, you know, just do something, discharge. Oh, it's so annoying, but yeah, so you have that to look forward to if you're pregnant and watching this. Enjoy! Sitting in the car has also quickly become quite uncomfortable. Is it just me? I never noticed this before. Car seats like hug you in, and where my ribs, obviously bump is getting bigger and ribs are digging into the bump, I need to, you know, open my chest, my front body a little bit, but I'm not able to do that in car seats, so sitting has become really uncomfortable. And what was the last thing? Oh yeah, people asking you if you've got everything ready, if you've got the nursery ready. No. And sometimes I'm mega cash, no, don't worry. And then sometimes it makes me panic. Fuck, we're not ready. So we'll see. We're slowly getting things ready. Well, now we have got quite a lot of things ready, but that's third trimester stuff. But people ask you really early, and there's still time. I know time goes quickly, but there is time to get things ready. We have had our first shopping experience. We went to this big warehouse and it had loads of baby bits, and yeah, we had a look at everything and it was really exciting, but we're still deciding. So you're gonna have to wait for third trimester video to hear about those bits. Anyway, I pretty much think that's it really. If I could give you one piece of advice, if I may be so bold as to give you one piece of advice, it would be to really enjoy this time. And as I mentioned, it's something that I'm trying to balance myself because I'm putting a lot of energy into my work and it feels really good. But also sometimes I've had moments where I think, oh my gosh, this is where I need to be, because this is where we should be being just together, my little one. This is what's really important. And second trimester has genuinely been really magical for me and I'm really grateful. So yeah, I feel like that was a really long tangent of just blah blah blah, me basically just ranting about how passionate I am about my work, but that's what's really sort of driven that time for me. So yeah, I am going to love you and leave you. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, it would mean the world to me if you gave it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you again very soon. Lots of love.